All right, so today we're interviewing Dr. Mahmoud Ghannoum, the director of the Center of Medical Mycology and the Integrated Microbiome Core.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for interviewing today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Dr. Ghannoum, we're hearing a lot recently about the microbiome and how it affects our health and wellness. Can you explain to everyone what the microbiome is?
Certainly. The microbiome refers to the microbes that lives on our body and in our body.
Okay.
And this includes not only bacteria but also fungus, viruses, and parasites. So these are communities of microorganisms. They live in us and they affect our health. What's important about the microbiome is that when they are living within us, they should be balanced. In other words, we have some beneficial organisms as well as harmful or pathogenic organisms. And it's important to maintain the balance in favor of the good guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, what happens if you have a change in this balance, then this will affect our health. And studies have been shown or they were conducted where they showed that imbalance can affect a number of diseases, from diabetes, Alzheimer, to gut issues such as Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, as well as some neurocognitive diseases such as autism, for example. So it's very important that we keep this balance in place.
So, since we are doing this interview for Skinergy, can you tell me about the relationship between gut microbiome and the health of our skin? Or, in other words, what do the microbes that live in our gut, how do they affect our skin?
This is a really very good question. I mean, you don't sometimes think that, okay, our skin is separate from our gut. You don't think that they will affect each other. In fact, recently we wrote an article where we showed that there is gut, skin, brain axis. So when you have an imbalance in your gut, what happens, you affect your skin, and vice versa as well. So it's very important that we know to take care of our microbes in our gut, but also to make sure that our skin itself is taken care of. Whether you use moisturizer or you try to be hydrated, all this come together so that the health of your skin will be much, much better with a balanced microbiome.
Interesting.
Recently also, since we are in the part of dermatology, we've been looking at different diseases where the gut could affect the skin. For example, psoriasis, atopic dermatitis. So we are really starting to do these studies, and there are literature as well as our data showing that what is in our gut could affect the psoriasis. Different really stages, different severity, all is connected to our microbiome.
Okay. How can we ensure that we take care of our microbiome so that it stays balanced and not imbalanced, which is referred to as dysbiosis?
This is really a very good question, because to try to take care of the microbiome, there are a number of ways which we can do it. For example, one of the simplest things is the diet. It's very important to have a healthy diet. That's one point. The other point, in addition to that, we need to look at our moods. We should reduce stress. So our way of life could also affect our microbiome. And this includes, if we sleep well, we need to have good night's sleep. We need to have less stress, as well as we need to exercise. So by putting diet together with different lifestyles, as I mentioned, exercise, the reducing the stress, for example, doing some yoga or meditation will be very helpful. And importantly, if you feel that there is some issues with your gut, it's important to look at what is the best diet for that. In fact, we have done studies where we showed that by using a low-carb diet, for example, it will help balance our fungi in our gut. And that's very important because fungi, especially Candida, could cause gastrointestinal issues. So you need to have a holistic approach.
Okay.
towards that. And the more you take care of yourself, the more you exercise. You don't have to kill yourself. Everything is in moderation. Moderation is the way to go. And when you put it all together, you will know that after some time, you are going to have a balanced gut and therefore a better health and wellness.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for your time today and teaching us about the microbiome.
You are most welcome. It's my pleasure, always.